Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new play-by-play video. We are playing some Amaterasu solo, and if the build looks weird, don't worry about it as it stands right now.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
we get a pause. I will be... Oh, no. I was about to end the recording because I forgot, don't know how to edit, but never mind, we're good. Okay, we got a second pause, but the pause got canceled. Gracious are we. But we got Bumbas here. This item is absolutely broken. It's completely unbalanced, and if you don't build it, you lose the game instantly. So unfortunately, we have to go it. It definitely makes me a little bit sad. Hopefully, by the time this video is out, aka tomorrow when Aladdin is released, or maybe even tonight, right before Aladdin is released, there was a hot fix to nerf Bumbas, but at the moment, we just have to be going it, sadly. So that is what we're going to be doing. We do miss one minion at level 1. If you don't want to miss a minion at level 1, what you can do is you can sunder the buff. The argument for not sundering the buff, is that you just have more kill pressure, right? If you save Sunder, you can fight him with Sunder and just absolutely destroy him just by applying some pokes. So quite frankly, we're just going to Sunder him right here, gas to back up, and automatically lane pressure-wise, this lane is really, really chalked, right? I see against chalk, it's chalked. Look at that. We got ourselves some awesome references. I know that was probably super cringe. I didn't mean to do it, but I figured, you know what? Let's just commit to it. We're gonna be able to get a back camp invade because of that pressure we created. And now we're level 3. Mind you, he is still 2, and it's not particularly close. He can try to push the wave. This is the correct play to make, but because he doesn't have Bumbas, he won't be able to clear the camps extremely effectively. I mean, he'll be able to clear them pretty effectively, but he won't be able to fight us very easily because of all of our health, right? Now, he went a stronger build than I did by the stats, but because he doesn't have as many potions, we can just kind of trade with him, force him back, push the wave again, or go to our camps right now. Either one is totally okay. I'm going to just decide to go to my camps, because why not? And the lane is, in the most parts, just completely snowballed. And this is kind of a video that I wanted to make to showcase a very unbalanced thing in Smite 2 that's a huge problem for the balancing of the role and of the game. And again, I'm releasing this right before Aladdin drops for a reason. I'm hopeful that this doesn't make it to the free-to-play client in a couple of days because it's completely diminishing of value, skill, and everything like that in the role. I'm going to hit level 4 first, which I already am, so I automatically have pressure. I'm also going to hit level 5 first, meaning I automatically have pressure, and I can just continue to loop these buff invades off cooldown. The only way that I can get broken from this is a jungler rotation, which is likely not going to happen because the nature of the camps that I'm invading are just so far away. And, you know, for the most part, this guy's absolutely doomed. Now, how do you match this? How do you counter this? You have to match it with your build, so everybody is sort of forced to build the exact same thing, or the lane is virtually over, right? I find that terrible. By the way, I thought I had Sunder there, so I walked at these, but these we definitely have secure for. And we're 5 now, like we said, and we can just sort of walk at him. I can force his blink here. If he doesn't have blink, he's probably just dead. I'm doing a commentary just ranting about how unbelievably broken this is, and yeah, I'm right. It's literally unlosable. So I did the Bumba start with potions. I literally didn't even sunder the buff and stuff, and it just doesn't matter. It's incredible. Alrighty, well guys, Amaterasu is back to being a good early game character. Took 2 days to figure out how to make her OP again. But I want to stress this is not just an Amaterasu thing. You can do this build on literally every character in the game. If you don't want to go a bunch of health potions and you want to just go, you know, Bumbas into like a tier 1 axe or something for a little bit more power, feel free. You know, we use these health pots kind of, like a lot of them, a lot extra, you know, maybe more than we needed. Just so we could kind of like prove a point that you don't even need the power. But if you just want to go 3 health pots with an axe to get yourself some more strength, better buff clear, better wave clear, by all means do it. For the build at this point, you know, you want to kind of get a Golden Blade as your first item. The Amaterasu build is going to stabilize, and we're going to be building normally from this point on, but the point is we've already built a pretty insurmountable lead. It doesn't look like that much just yet, but because of the advantage we already have, we're kind of able to just create a basically infinite loop of just invading these buffs, right? It looks playable still, but for the most part it really isn't. And having this kind of a deficit like I'm about to show you is just going to kind of scale to oblivion very, very quickly. So biggest and most important thing to do is to try to invade backs. If he does kind of get the jump on them like he did right here, we can either wait for him and just fight him, or he's going to path all the way around, which can happen sometimes, and it's not a bad thing to do, but we get to zone a minion off for free here, so he does the same amount of camps we're going to do, but we build a lead in the fact that we got chest and an extra minion. And slowly but surely, or swiftly, depending on how good his character fight is and how quickly he's playing the map, he's gonna fall behind no matter what at this point. And this is just again really to do with the snowballing. When blues come up, I can invade them because I have a better relic than he does, and we're basically about sorted. I hate to kind of make play-by-plays like this, but my hand is forced, folks. There's not much I can do about it, so I hope this is at least a wake-up call to some degree, because it is not cool. I'd love to be able to build, blinks and do all that fun stuff, but if you're against someone doing this, which has happened to me over 15 times in the last 2 days, it kind of weighs on you, you know what I mean? We're just going to kind of play clear here first. His back camps, like we said, are coming up because both of us are going to ignore each other, but of course I'm going to clear faster. Mind you, the idea with Bumbas is that it does 25% less damage to minions, but that's just not strong enough. I think this item needs to be doing 45% less damage to minions to stop this kind of build abuse from happening. So figure if you do it too, it'll get fixed faster, right? That's kind of the hope and the goal, and everybody will be happy then. We're up now about a level and a half, and like I mentioned, that's just going to kind of keep increasing. I don't ever really need to make a big deal over these chest camps, but because I have Sunder, if I want to just do this, we can. That's his ultimate down. I'm going to walk at him right now. Really easy gank potential, so just a blink force, no kill. That's fine still. A really long cooldown for him. What is that going to be? 240 seconds, mine's 120, so I have 2 Sunders for every blink, assuming we're using it on cooldown, which we probably won't be, but it's still a very big discrepancy, and this blue buff should be, again, super, super easy to invade. We push the wave here, so he has to make a decision. If he wants to rotate to this fight, he can. And we're going to help in just a second as well, because we've cleared super quick. And yeah, now he's just in a lot of trouble. This guy's got blink. I missed one. I missed. Oh dear. Okay, that was rough. I'm not gonna lie. No worries. Am I muted by the way right now or no?
He's going back to lane like half.
Okay. Yeah, so a bit of a disaster by me because I missed. But the point is it doesn't really matter because we built our lead. And our lead is going to extend. We're up 1k now without really fighting him. And we're just going to do it again. Same idea. At the very least, as long as we're pushing the waves in, we're kind of just going to be fine, right? Chalk rotating to that fight. Yes, he got the jump on me. But that's just because I decided to greet it. And the thing is if a warrior or really any character is just behind or rotating like that, it was kind of a weird situation to be as deep in the jungle as our team was there, but it's just going to sort of hurt them, you know what I mean? Because they can't really fight. So he rotated a little bit, now he's 8, we're 11. It's probably about a 2.5 level lead, but it's still just getting worse, like we said. Because the moment you kind of fall into this trap, there's really no way getting out of it. And, would I be playing better than this Chalk, regardless? I would say probably, right? Just not being arrogant, but just probably would be the case. But the fact of the matter is that he doesn't, get a hand in trying to actually, make a difference is, I think, what's so problematic about this, right? There's nothing really this Chalk did wrong in this lane up until this point. Despite the fact he's still getting, super punished for it. And I think that's just what I hate so much about this. And again, the only way to counter it realistically is to just match the build and do the exact same thing. If you're a higher pressure character, right, matchups kind of return. So if Chalk did the exact same start as me, I would probably be struggling a little bit just because Chalk's fight is better than mine. Extremely early game, but even then I'm not too sure how bad it really would be. Something I have to figure out. I haven't ran this into somebody who's doing it at the same time. It's always been the other person doing it. This is my first time doing it, and yeah, the power is absolutely, unfortunately, there. Just want to sunder this so we can get back to our backs really quick. We're going to beeline over there. He might get some of these. We'll figure it out. He is on them. Yeah, the Odin is pinging it out. He already knows what's going on here. I believe this guy does have his blink now, but still a lot of trouble. And yeah, unfortunately, we just silence him here. We're going to immune the ultimate just to make sure he dies. We want to kill him quick so our Odin gets the extra 5 power for his passive. And that is a very, very dead chalk. Blue buff's up. We're going to run to that. What we can do conversely if we don't have that Odin ganking right there is we just either do the chest camp or push the wave. The point is that he's going to be catching back up to us, and then we can just do his blue. So it's okay if you trade out camps a couple of times with this strat, or just kind of like in this state of the game, because you're still going to be getting more eventually. Obviously right there we shifted a little bit because our our Odin ganked. But even if he doesn't, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, alright, so what do? We want to clear this wave, go get the back camp invades, and look for a reset probably. You know, I can go for my backs as well if I want to, and actually, you know what, that's what I'm going to do, because I've got 2 of them, he's only got 1 up. Let's just like deny some of the stuff that he wants to go for. I'm almost at 5,000 gold, but that doesn't really matter. We'll get it back off whenever we want. Yeah, he's obviously not going to walk to this. So we're going to reset here. I don't really have a lot of like actual health yet or anything, so I'm actually just going to go into kin size. The idea is that I can just kind of lean into damage right now because hell, we're fed. Why not? We'll go into a Berserker's next year. And yeah, I mean, when you're ahead, building damage is like almost never a bad thing. Obviously, it has to kind of like synergize with the scaling of the character. But kin size is great on Amaterasu. Sunbeam Bow definitely got a couple of nerfs. I don't think it's like necessary anymore on the characters. So if you don't want to go it, please don't. Chuck's coming to you, by the way. Oh,
Why is my
go.
cast?
I was muted that whole time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I know you. I thought for a second I was talking to you the whole time. That's good though.
Did you mean to, or?
No. I did not mean to. I was definitely going to distract you. It would have been bad.
If you like forget, it's not a big deal or anything.
Yeah. No, I mean, dude, I'm so fat. It's unbelievable. Alright, anyways, going back to the game here, because we have this kin size, we can just kind of fight him. But yeah, I don't think Sunbeam Bow is like necessarily irrelevant. Obviously, you're going to lose some of the kin size like extra value on a character like Ama, because you will be getting like a decent amount of health. But it's still like strong enough, just base stats and, you know, the passive that does exist, that it's still like good to go. And I really would kind of recommend it on this character. There's an argument to be made for Executioner as well, Braggy's Harp, stuff like that. I do need to do a little bit of testing on this character specifically, just because I haven't been playing too much Ama on this new patch, because, you know, she is definitely a step below some of the other characters, or at least should be, just with like the aspects and stuff. I'm trying to play the fresh new stuff that, for the most part, is really strong. So, you know, I'm, as a result, taking a bit of a step back, but I think definitely still, like, is obviously playable, and I just kind of need to try all the new builds. Or just different items with her. We're going to poke out a bit of the tower here, go for a proxy. Zeus ganks, but I've got plenty of help, so we're just going to 2 him, ult this guy, and we should be totally safe here. Still got some help on the way. We did get a couple of ults. Notice Khepri still has ults, so I got to be a little bit mindful of that, but still is definitely playable. We'll silence this guy, pop him. Notice the Khepri got a little bit split, so we know we can do that without him ulting. And, no, he doesn't. He does not. No. And now we can just probably kill Khepri. And should be good. Chalk's going to leave because, yeah, he's got no ult. Doesn't really want to get mixed up in the whole thing. I'm in comms with Kaidan. I've been in comms usually for like most of these Smite 2 games, so that was crazy. Blinked while getting plucked. That was so sad. Poor guy. But yeah, that's kind of that. Got a bunch of kills. They can't really fight around this side of the map, so we just kind of do want to take the fights if they do come to us. again, your defense, like with a build like this in a situation like this, is sort of just your levels. Your 2 obviously gives you some mitigations and stuff, which is scaling mostly off of strength or intelligence, whatever you decide to go. I'm not saying that 30 strength is the end of the world or anything. It's not, but in a sense, building some damage makes you a little bit tankier than you would expect on this character, as long as you hold your 2, which of course you should be. So when the Zeus ult and all that stuff came out to us, it didn't actually really ruin our game at all, right? So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna reset here. We're gonna go into a Berserker Shield. After that, we're gonna be going into some kind of shared prod item. I don't want to go into a lot of health if I can help it, just so I can like have the benefit of the skin size if possible. So an item like Pharaoh's Curse, which gives no health, is really solid for us. Also an item like Spirit Robe, which also gives no health, really solid for us. Excuse me. Only thing you have to factor in is that we really don't have a lot of cooldown rate right now, which isn't the end of the world on Ama, but if you can get some, you should. So we can go into items like Screeching Gargoyle if they're very magic heavy and stuff like that to, again, minimize ourselves from getting health, which is all for the kin size passive. So yeah. Now again, that's only really going to be applicable to the tanks, but it's still like a good thing to keep in mind. If you really want to maximizing it, you really don't have to. So build what's good. I just think that there's like really strong items that don't necessarily have health as a stat, and where a lot of the times as a solo laner, you might be like, man, that's really inconvenient, but I'll build it anyways. There's actually like a tangible reason to maybe, do that on this character, which I do think is actually quite cool. And I love the idea that, like, on its premise, you shouldn't be as tanky if you're kind of trying to benefit with some kind of a kin size build. So I think this was a pretty good change. Chalk actually ended up rotating over using the teleport.
G1 and then
So,
rotates and they cry, but then when they're
it was pretty smart by them. I'm just going to kind of push the tier 2, right? Let's get some poke on this. Let's get some damage. Kind of punish them for their play. And
You're so fucking good at this game.
we should be able to just do this.
On the other side.
Man, this guy's gassing me up. Let's go, goat. But because we have Bumbas, because we just have all this attack speed and power, this is just about gone. We'll secure this. Obviously, it's not Naga buff is not as strong as it used to be, but it's still pretty good. And we'll get on a little rotation of camps again. And I think it's going to be rotation time the moment I get my next item, which will probably just be Spirit Robe. I could lean into damage just because I am super fed. They're both okay options. Obviously it's like more traditionally accepted to probably go something like Spirit Robe just to round out your prots and give yourself a little bit more of a solo lane approach. But again, in being fed, you can kind of build whatever you want with little consequence. So just keep that in mind. Alright. I'm not quite at a tier 3 item right now, so I'm not actually going to look for a reset just yet. I'm super, like, free to just roam around the map, so... Oh, wow, I didn't actually secure that. Well played by him. I'm a bit of a noob. I'm totally fine here, though, so no worries. We'll pick up these rocks here for a bit of strength and stuff, but... Yeah, we don't really need to back, right? Like, we want to soon, but... I have, like, so much time to play at my own pace. What I'll probably do, now that I'm 20, I just forgot. I'll just build my starter. We can just do that. So we get an easy 1500 thing. Yes, the starter may be not the best on Amma necessarily, but it doesn't really matter. The starter's so good. Reducing cooldowns is always going to be beneficial after auto-attacking, and we're going to be doing plenty of that, so should be fine. I'm heading over. This is a bit of a bad fight just because I'm not here. I don't think Chalk is either. Yeah, they just kind of lost the 4v4. It's okay, though. I should be able to Tony here.
That's a nice kill move. For the gold free.
Yeah, poor Kai is super dead. It's fine, though. Again, I should be able to hold this. I'm really not that concerned. I don't think they ever do this, by the way.
He got ult. He still got ult. Yeah.
I guess Zeus is pretty tanky. Yeah, he's got double Fizz D, so maybe I don't actually do a lot of damage to him. Too bad, I kind of wasted Sunder. I meant to pop my, other thing. What was it called? But I didn't. What was I going to say? I meant to pop my Pharaoh's Curse, but I popped my Sunder, which I didn't mean to do. I did get it, though. Just going to dash out here. We pop Pharaoh's Curse to slow them. It might not be enough. I get to the movement speed stance, and I think I'm okay. Yeah, this guy pops Stampede. Nice
No
job.
way you get it.
Alright, we're out, we're out. We get this camp here. We can heal a little bit. Just with like our pots and all that stuff. Reset, go run right. A little bit sketchy there, and I think part of why that was sketchy was, again, a misuse of my relics, which is just kind of me not being that good with the active items, to be honest. But I also went this Tier 2 Legionnaire armor over Tier 2 magic defense, like walking into that, which was just a big mistake. I shouldn't have done that. The magicals are going to be much more prevalent and problematic just in the fact that Chalk's not going to be hitting me much, so I'm looking at, realistically, Hecate and Zeus as more of a target, and Anhur as the other one, but obviously 2 beats 1, right? So I should be itemizing for those two a little bit more. So what we could even do is we could even go Sphere of Negation if we really wanted to, because the intelligence is actually useful for us, so I don't think it's a bad idea, but it's quite expensive. So we'll keep that on hold, and depending on where we get gold-wise, we'll consider it. I do kind of want to get rid of these Nagas. I think I have a play here, though. Yeah, this looks decent, for sure. I'm going to put down these Nagas down, just so we have, like, at least a tower here. Okay, this is, like, a little split now. It's a bit of a disaster. I'm just going to secure this tower. So these Nagas are just, like, bots in mid. I thought they were going to just, like, walk to it, even if they weren't directly in this one. First time actually using it. Oh, I botted that up. I'm fine, though. I'll take a little bit of damage. Doesn't matter. Gonna Pharaoh's Curse this guy. I don't think he realizes how much damage we do. Yeah, just kind of walked past me. That was a very unwise idea. And we got the flank back in time with the help. This Zeus is dead. And this guy's dead too. Super easy split fight there. You always want to take split fights if you can on Ama. And the reason is just that you should be able to out 1v1 people. So, yeah, definitely an idea. Got a Quadra off of that, which is pretty great. We just push him in here, and that might not be game, but we'll get a Phoenix at the very least. Actually, they're dead for a while, being their damage dealers. I think it's playable. Let's give it a shot. I mean, why not? Titan is, like, really weak in this game, so... I'm gonna get out for a second, because my DPS is needed. Chalk's coming up. Oh, it's a close one. Can't get it just yet. That's alright, good try. Good try. It's very early in the game, so you can't, expect to realistically get that every time. I just figured it'd be a good limit test, and we didn't get it, but that's okay. You don't need to get it every time. It's worth a shot. And they're going to end it for us. Look, the game was literally over. Let's just keep it honest. So I feel totally fine with posting that. I think from a...
Good game, bro.
Thank you, Steam Rats. What a nice guy. But, yeah, I just wanted to make this video to kind of just showcase how unbelievably OP this build is and how you can just apply it. Not just the build, just the start at level 1. How the start kind of ruins solo lane if you don't go it. So yeah, am I complaining and kind of ranting? A little bit, sure, but I'm doing this with the hope that this gets changed. So we have a more normal, uniform level 1 start that doesn't just be incumbent on my items are better than yours, and therefore I win no matter what. It's just a very silly system. But that'll be it from me, so thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.